Do we want to get rocked?
All right, this is Chris Guzman, Bolo Punch Boxing Hour. I've got Emil Soda Babinski Kegaman right here on my left. Merciless Mike Mollo on the phone. Mike, how you doing tonight, man?
Good. How you guys doing?
Beautiful. The Saturday night didn't exactly work the way I thought it was going to. Probably not the way that you expected it to, and definitely not the way that Chicago wanted it to happen. It didn't happen the way that we wanted it to, but you put on one hell of a show.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it. It didn't go the way I wanted it to, but I did the best I could, you know, and I take my hat off to him. He fought a smart fight, you know.
Yeah, you started off really hot and seemed to fade a little bit towards the end. Plus, you caught him with that nice punch to the eye there. It swelled it shut.
Yeah, I had a question.
Yeah.
I had a question about the left hand, because left hand being your money punch, the left hook, whether it's the body or up to the head, it didn't seem to be landing as effectively as what I'm used to seeing. And your overhand right was landing. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, you know, so Sam Colonna trained me for a while, and you know, worked the corner of a bunch of my fights. And Sam knows I got a left hook, and they probably had him going, you know, sleeping with his right hand glued to his face, you know.
Okay.
But there was a couple things that, you know, in my, you know, a couple adversities I wound up in my training camp that enabled me to do certain things, and the way the chips fell for me, it wasn't easy, but I fought, and you know, that was the outcome.
Do you think his size played a big factor in this fight, or just what do you think?
No, I don't think his size played a factor. I mean, it mattered somewhat, of course, you know, but I don't think that it made or break the fight. It was just, like I said, I don't know. I had an off night. He fought a smart fight. That's basically how it went, you know.
I was going to say, you fought bigger guys than Golota before. I mean, Kevin McBride.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Kevin McBride's a lot bigger and stronger, and you took him out, what, 2 rounds? That was.
Yeah, Golota's a really strong guy.
Yeah.
Believe me, he's very strong. He's real durable, and you know, I lost steam, but there was, like I said, there was things that happened to me real early in training that enabled me from being able to work on certain things, and you know, and I think that had a lot to do with you know, my stamina and whatnot, because I got injured in training, and it just carried into the fight.
It's not anything serious, we hope.
No, it wasn't unserious. But it just, like I said, it enabled me from doing things that I needed to do to prepare for the fight.
Oh, okay.
So we had to work around it, and I did the best I could, you know.
Well, yeah, that most action-packed fight of the night, in my eyes, and in a lot of people's eyes.
Easily.
And I don't know if you'd like to get a rematch with him, or what do we see from you in the future?
I'd love a rematch, man. Because, you know, I thought I could have fought a much better fight.
Bring it to Chicago.
I'd love a rematch in Chicago. I think it would sell out as the main event. You know, everyone knows.
Of
you
course.
Everyone was telling me. You know, I was hearing from people saying, you know, if it goes past 4 rounds, or you know, Mike Mollo's going to get knocked out. So I got 2 major questions that I think that I answered. You know, is that could I go 12 rounds? Yeah, and then could I take a punch? Because no one's really ever seen me get popped. You know. And I think I took all his best shots, you know. So
well, you answered both of those questions beautifully.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
Well, between now there were 3 guys calling ringside. You had Jim Lampley, who always calls things right down the middle. You had Emmanuel Stewart, who was actually riding you pretty bad, actually from the beginning of the fight on. Didn't give you very much credit at all, and that's not very characteristic for Manny Stewart. And then you had Max Kellerman, who was praising you from bell to bell, saying this is outstanding. The stuff that this guy can take, the punches that he's taking and walking right through them. I mean, he looks exhausted, yet he keeps on coming. I mean, I said it a couple days ago. I think you were a heavyweight Arturo Gatti, and you're Italian, just like him.
Thanks a lot for that. That means a lot to me, you know. And that's what I wanted to show. I told the announcers the day before the fight. I said no matter what happens tomorrow night, I said, everyone's going to know who Mike Mollo is, you know. And everyone knows I got heart, and I ain't scared to get in there and bang with a guy, even though I'm totally out of it, you know.
Has Joe Macy called you after this fight to find out how you're doing?
No, he called me after. See, my cut man works with a guy that's training with Joe Messi, and they called my cut man, and when they said they wanted to wish me good luck, I forget the guy's name, a heavyweight, Grano or something like that from New York. Anyway, he's training with Joe Messi up in Puerto Rico, and they called and they just wanted to wish me good luck in that. So I thought that was pretty good. Nice of them, you know.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Yeah.
Would you ever want to get in the ring with Joe Macy?
Well, I'm just a boxer, dude. I got a management team and a promoter, you know.
Oh, okay. All right.
So whatever. I don't have any control of who I fight, you know.
Well, okay, but you are saying that you want a rematch with Golota. So I mean, that's
I mean, in my heart, yeah, of course,
Okay,
I'd love
all right.
to match with him.
Of course.
He in my, like, I didn't have that what I had against McBride or what I had against Minkowski in my hands that night, you know, and you know, I know why I didn't, but I think he got off easy, the version of me that he fought, you know. So I did the best I could with what I had.
Well, you made the pay-per-view just that much better. I mean, it was already going to be great with two legends, Roy Jones and Tito Trinidad, fighting. But, I mean, honestly, you took it to him from pillar to post. You screwed up his eye. And I said it to you on the phone earlier, Mike. If you were to look at you and Golota after the fight and ask someone who hadn't watched it who won, your hand's getting raised. I mean, Golota looked like they pulled him out of a car.
Yeah.
That had just been thrown off a cliff or something. So, I mean, he definitely looked the worse for wear. You were out of breath and stuff, but, I mean, you were the one still throwing shots. It was great. It was great.
I hope everyone in Chicago liked it. I'm glad you guys liked it. Like I said, I'm 27 years old. This ain't nowhere near the end for me. And I plan on getting right back into the gym and fixing everything that went wrong and coming back and hopefully, you know, if I can get another nationally televised fight like this soon, it should show everybody, you know, what I really can do, you know. And I just want to apologize to everybody in Chicago, and, you know, for my loss. And I really wanted to bring the win home.
Well, you do not owe anyone an apology, least of which the Chicago fans, who will back you to death. I mean, no doubt about it. We're actually going to be covering some fights tomorrow night in Cicero. Do you ever get into Cicero to watch some of those fights?
Yeah, sure. I
I mean,
there myself at Cicero Stadium.
Yeah, absolutely. No, we're there tomorrow night.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who's the promoter? Is it A-Count?
8 count.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, cool. That's close,
Stop on by. We'll get you a beer.
Hi,
All right. All right, Mike Mollo. We'll talk to you real soon, brother.
all right, man. Bye-bye.
Happy to